to donorconnect.life and read about what it takes to become a donor.
So, this is over the road, and we can look up, and there's always a little clearing. If you're in the forest, but there's an opening, and there's always a lot brighter than looking in the dark forest. So it was kind of light up in that area, and we could see a black mass, very huge black mass, shaking this tree. Then all of a sudden, it sounded again. I don't know how to describe it, man. Almost like a bomb going off. Just the biggest crack and explosion. And it just instantly right in front of us, 50 feet in front of us. We're watching all this. And then we see this black object about 20 feet up in the air where he was shaking the tree from, right where that big tree was sitting at. He jumped out of the tree, and we heard him thump, and we heard him run off. So everybody's like, well, what do we do, Greg? What do we do? I go, this is what we're going to do. Everybody give them applause, tell them thanks. So we all clap. We were saying thank you. I was saying, oh my God, man, how awesome. I said, never in the world would I would have thought I got this. So we all go up to the tree. And the one I told you about was leaning in the one tree, was flat on the road. A 2.5-foot oak tree across the road. And the tree that was holding it was broken. About a 10-15 foot rip in it, going to the left of the road where it fell into the forest, taking the other tree down where the branch, where it was laying on the branch. So basically, Big Red, I figured it was Big Red who did this. He came back to finish the job, and he did it right in front of us. And to this day, like I said, it happened just over a year ago, Memorial Day night. And to this day, I think about this every day. I mean, this chills up my back of what we witnessed that night. I've heard about this happening before. Yeah, I've heard trees getting knocked down before, but I have never seen it after I've asked for them to do it, and then actually see one doing it. It just really, it's a mind-blowing experience, and I'm just very blessed and fortunate that I got to see this along with these other people that night. And that's about it to that story. That's about where I'm going to leave it at. But the funny thing about it, the end of that story will kind of begin the second story, because some of the same characters are in it too, as well. You know, Artie and Denise, they really, they were really impressed of how I worked the forest, and my how I'm in tune with them. I'm in tune with the forest people. I got my way with them. They got my trust. They got my respect, and they give me their trust and respect. And they actually do stuff that I ask them to do. So they were so impressed that they wanted to know if they could have a bunch of their friends come up and see if they can experience this. And I'm like, hey, and everybody knows me. I'm a nice guy. I don't care. I would share my forest. I would take them out. Hey, whenever I can. It's all about that with me. I want other people to see what I've seen. So this was 2 weeks before Christmas, just this past Christmas, 2020, and they all wanted to come up, and see what happened. They wanted a Bigfoot experience. So I had a rather large group, probably 15, 16 people, some from Tennessee, some from Florida, some from Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. We had probably people from 5 states there. And everybody's real excited. They didn't know what to expect. None of them have ever been out bigfooting. Most of these people were ghost hunters. Yeah, I'm not into that type of thing. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat subject and everything. I don't mind watching some of the shows, but no, I'm not going around looking for ghosts. I'm going around having encounters with divorced people. That's what I do. So none of these people knew anything about divorced people, other than they wanted something concrete, something they could take home with them. And hey, he's right. Divorced people are real and they're out here. But anyway, we all went up there and got a nice fire going. And almost immediately started seeing eyes shine all around us. And I know for previous times, for years and years and years, I've seen this. And, the forest people make their eyes shine. This is not a reflection. This is not a glow from the moon. This is not other animals out there. And forest people can manipulate their eyes. It's a fact. They can make them bright, they can make them dim. On this particular night, I can tell you all the colors you see. Red, yellow, pink, white, bluish white, green, and blue. Like I told everybody, it's almost the whole spectrum. You're completely surrounded by the forest people up in the hot spot in the camping area. And a lot of people don't know. You gotta walk and walk and go out in the deep woods and all that. Not me. All I do is go to my camper and whenever I'm free, comes with me. We will go anywhere. The more people come to me, I don't have to do anything. Like I said, I'll drive the woods and beat off trees and stream. I'm not into none of that. I ask them to do stuff. So all the people gather and wave arms up like I did the night the tree got pushed over. I said, hey, I got a bunch of people here. They're very good-hearted people. Some of them want to take pictures. I told them I don't know about all that. I go, I can ask you all. If you don't want to take a picture, let me know or leave. But I appreciate it regardless. Because it's what you guys are really out here. I know you're out here, but they don't. I would ask you if you could light up your beautiful lights, do some vocals, do some tree knocks. Let the people know you're here. That's all I'm asking, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. This is what I always do, no trips involved. It's as simple as talking to them like I'm talking to you people. It's the God's honest truth. So I told them about the gifting stuff I had. About 100 feet, I got a trail that goes back behind the camp, and there's a stump back here, and I always leave them gifts back there. Mostly food items, donuts, apples, bananas. We have left whole chickens before, cookies, sometimes crystal rocks, marbles, and it always disappears, sometimes within 20 minutes of putting it out. So it's a really hot spot, and immediately after I asked the forest people to do stuff for the people, we started getting some pretty good action. Like I was just telling you about the eye shine. It was everywhere. Back at the gifting stuff. This is in the middle of December, 2 weeks before Christmas. All the leaves are off the trees, very good visibility. The eye shine was really popping. We could see it back by the gifting stuff, all around, to your left, to your right. We heard tree knocks. Until the night, I let people back there to the gifting stuff, 5 or 6 people at a time. And we all in the dark. I don't allow flashlights. That ruins it. The forest people, you cannot stand any white light. And I don't like red light or green light. Some people say they can't see that. Well, like I explained to the people, I like when humans can see it. Well, what makes you think they don't see it? I'd be better safe than sorry. So yeah, no lights at all. So we go back there, and I mean, you can see them walking around with their eyes lit. Sometimes they would get bright enough where you can make out like a head and a chest area. I mean, they're that good visuals people were having. And, all through the night, man, and people were just ranting and raving about how awesome this was.
Baby, I got your money.
These two ladies, their name was Sheila. Both of them are Sheila. We call them Sheila number 1 and Sheila number 2. And Sheila number 1 was a United States Marine Corps retired gunnery sergeant. Very tough woman. Very, very tough woman. Probably whoop a lot of men's butt. One of them kind of gals. And she's seen war. She's a combat veteran. Wasn't afraid of nothing. Ghost hunter. First time ever Bigfoot, but she's pretty strong, brave woman. I'll give her that. So her and the other Sheila walked back to the gifting stump, and they were back there for a while. And all of a sudden, we hear some commotion going on. Everybody else is up at the campfire, and we hear some commotion going on. So as I kind of step over to the beginning of the path, seeing what's going on, and there's another lady standing there about 25 feet in front of me. So I'm looking back there, and it looks like, it looked like one of them was on the ground, and the other one was bent over, and then there's something huge standing right there with them. So I'm like, well, who's that? I mean, there was a big guy there with us that came with them. I was trying to figure out if that was him back there. I mean, but this thing was huge. So they get up to the other girl, Haley, and they're laughing. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? And I hear Haley go, well, where's that big tall guy? She's like, honey, that big tall guy wasn't with us. As that Bigfoot come crashing up through the woods on us. And she's like, what? So they're just laughing away, man. They thought I didn't know what was going on. I go, well, why are they laughing? So just how they get up to me. And the other people are like, and they tell everybody what happened. And there's a log that goes across the gifting stump, and she would trip over it on the path going back up to the campsite. And the other Sheila bent around to pick her up. She said she looked up, she was pulling up Sheila, and he was right there, about 8 feet tall, had big yellow eyes, She could hear him grunting and snorting. And she goes, Sasquatch man, she goes, I thought we bought the farm. And she goes, I thought it was it. She goes, I didn't think I'd ever see my family again. And I go, oh man, how incredible. I go, that has never happened to me. I go, well, what'd he do? What did he from you? And she goes, for me to you about a foot apart? And I said, that is so incredible. And I go, where'd your head come up to him body-wise? She goes, I barely made where his chest was at. She goes, this thing was enormous. And I go, well, what'd he do? She goes, I don't know. Once I got Sheila, man, we took off running up there. And then Haley goes, well, I seen what he did. He went back into the woods. And he goes, and you see how huge it was? And this was a partially moonlit night. I mean, it's pretty good visibility back there. And everybody's seen what they've seen. So everybody calms down, and you can tell they just had an encounter that blew their minds. And after they calmed down, and they went over the whole story again. And she said that they were back there by the gifting stuff. They went a little farther. Then all of a sudden, she described it as ice storm, branches breaking. He had no intention of heart. No, he could have killed both of them. Like I told you at the beginning of the show, they're big show-offs. They love showing off, especially in front of women. So all this guy was doing, I told him, was showing off. I go, yeah, you didn't have no worry. I go, you took it good, though. You laughed about it. I go, well, most people would have had heart attacks. I go, very good sports. So I go, and now you got something to take back to Tennessee with you. And she's like, oh my goodness, Squatch, man. So she goes, I've never, ever had anything like this happen to me. She goes, yeah, go some school and everything, and it can be exciting. And she goes, well, nothing like this. And she goes, I just can't describe, what happened. So with that said, we're all standing around there again. So, about 30 feet away, over to the right, I got to glance over, and I see it looked like a bunch of pickers standing there. So as I'm looking around the campsite, making sure everybody's accounted for, and they're right there at the wood line, and the moon's just hitting them just right. So I look over, and I see five Sasquatch standing over. All very large, look like 7 to 8 foot range, all standing there, shoulder to shoulder to shoulder, in a straight line facing us, 5 of them. So I kept looking over, and so I wasn't going to say nothing. I'm like, well, I ain't going to say nothing. Like, every time I say something like this, people's like, well, every time he goes out, he sees them. You know what, though? Hey, it is what it is. Hey, if I go out and see him all the time, hey, that means I'm doing something right. So anyway, one of the girls goes, oh my God, does anybody see that? So I go, see what? She goes, look over there, there's five Bigfoot standing over there. So yeah, it made me feel good. Somebody's seen them before I did. So within a split second, they were gone. But in that instance, she did see them, and so that verifies that I've seen them. So I was really, really happy though. Like I said, I hate the one always going, hey, look here, look. I want other people to see this stuff. I've seen them before. I want other people to see them. Yeah, that's why I bring them up there. So anyway, that was a great night. Yeah, I even did an audio recorder. That I don't usually use. I use it for the paranormal people. Just see if I can capture something back there. So as we were up there laughing at the campfire, and we were having a great time. We heard 3 very loud tree knocks, and I got that on audio. So they were very good to hear that. And the sighting we had. the one charging, the two Sheilas, all the Creenox. Yeah, I'd say that was a night for the ages, man. They still talk about that. They still want to come up here for more. They can't believe everything that happened, and yes, all of them believe in Bigfoot now. They didn't that night. There were a lot of them were on the fence, but I can assure you they're not anymore. And that was basically the end of that episode. So my third story takes you to this past weekend that just happened. Just 3-4 days ago. I went through some hard times, man. I had surgery and everything. I had cancer in my bladder. I recovered from that. Then I found out my brother has cancer. He tells me he had 6 months to live, and then he dies 2 weeks after he tells us that. And he really wanted to go camping with us, man, one last time. And this is for him. We buried him 2 weeks ago. So me and my other brother and my family, we wanted to go up there and have the camp out that Mike wanted to be on. My brother Mike, rest in peace, brother Mike.
Baby, I got your money.
Hello.
Eugene and his wife took the dog for a walk and the baby, so it was just me and Bob and Rita sitting there. We heard like real loud tree knot done camped. There's only one other person camping here, and he was up at his campsite. There's nobody back in the woods, I can assure you. Then we heard another one, and another one, and this went on for about 20 minutes. And it was almost like one tree knock, like every minute, all from different locales back throughout the forest back there behind us. So, I mean, we were all excited. I said, Bob was like, this starting off like this, squad, man, we're going to have a good night. I'm like, hey, I hear you, Bob. I go, it's not even dark yet. And we're already getting some good action. Yeah, because, action always comes at dark. For the listeners, there's not a lot to see or other than structures or footprints during the day. And, the forest people come out at night. I call them the people of the night. If you want good action, good activities, the best thing you can do is sleep during the day and stay up all night. You don't know what you're going to do. So anyway, as soon as it got dark, Bob's like, hey, look, there's sunshine right there by that tree. And this is a tree right there by camp, 20 feet from us. And it was right from a trail I seen on Saturday morning. But like something come from down up the ridge from the creek area. So the grass is broken down, pointing towards the camp, meaning it was coming that way. So, I mean, we might have had a late night visitor and he came back. And we all seen this. And it got pretty dark by then. Eugene was back with the dog. And then all of a sudden, Bob goes, hey, do y'all smell that? Do y'all smell that? What is that? And it smelled like horrible raw sewage. The oldest people describe as when they encounter a Bigfoot, the forest people, whatever you want to call them. And it was pretty rank. It overwhelmed all of us. And it was real close. And the hair on my head started getting electricity in it. My hair on my arms are standing up. I was getting goosebumps.
Going slow.
And I always get this, man, when the forest people were close by. It's that high energy they put on. And that's my mechanism that my body has to let me know, hey, they are here. And they're like right here. So the smell went away. And it's just amazed, man. The Bob and them, man, were just thrilled, man, of what was going on. So we took a couple walks back to the Gibney stuff. And we heard noises, heard walking around, seeing very close eye shine to us. And we went back and Rita asked me if she could give them some cookies she had. I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. There's the stump, so she put 5 of them down. I get a $500,000 around the stump there. And I go, yeah, these are from Rita. Come up here and get them, get your little tree. So we heard a little tree knock as soon as I said that. They're really close by. So we go back up to camp and sat around some more. And nothing really happened. Then Reed and Bob, they wasn't camping, they just stopped by. But they went ahead and left. This is probably, I would say, probably about 1:30 in the morning. And I went back right at sunrise, and the 5 cookies were gone. So, night that we actually seen one that night. The body of one, flesh and blood, bigger one. But we did see the eye shine. We definitely got overcame by the smell of one, and we definitely heard sounds and noises that they typically make, such as tree knots and whoops and.
I just saw a car that looked like they slipped and were facing the wrong way. Everybody's going slow right here. It's so
I'm very happy with the outcome.
Some people are going too fast for the road.
Never getting anything.
Then they wonder why they're sitting on the side of the road, spin out.
The just because you are that doesn't mean you're going to catch fish that day. And that's the same way I go about this. I mean, don't get discouraged about how nothing happens. Even if I ask them to do something, sometimes they don't. I mean, you cannot predict what more people are going to do. That's why I tell everybody is from the minute they get out of the car, keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and pay attention to seatbelt, pay attention to the environment. Look around you. You're not coming up there and sit around the fire and talk to me. I said, what you want to see is out here, and you got to get focused on what's out there, and you got to get your mindset, think positive.
Being blinded does not help.
You come up there and think positive. Good things are going to happen. Hey, we're going to see one. Okay, the more people feed on this positive energy, and every
Plane, truck.
it feeds on them, and they make things for the people who come to see the things. So, yeah, it's all about love and respect.
Seriously, slow down.
You're going to get it every time. And again,
Stupid truck.
everybody who knows me, I mean, I know a lot of stories.
It's a little nasty.
You hear about a Bigfoot almost killed me, I was scared for my life, this and that. And I can honestly say, I mean, you could say that charge in my story earlier. Yeah, it would have scared a lot of people. I mean, it sure scared them too, Sheilas, but hey, they didn't get touched. So, I mean, you gotta remember, if that big boy wanted to hurt them women, they wouldn't be down there in Tennessee right now. I would have had blood on my hands for taking these people up there, telling them they don't have nothing to worry about. Well, see, that's what I tell them. Hey, look, they're not going to hurt you. Don't worry about it. Well, some people might disagree with me. Yeah, I can be wrong, but I just speak from my experiences. And I have never been threatened. Never been attacked. Never been growled at. Never been had rocks thrown at me. I never had my tent knocked down. All the stuff you hear from other people, all I can say is you're not like them. You got bad motives. You got bad incentives. And you them in a cage, they're going to be on to you, they're going to be on to you quick, and they're not going to have nothing to do with you. But they know I'm totally the opposite of that.
Babe, I got your money.
Oh, it's that stupid attitude. It's so bad at you. Only Osiris can make it. It's just super.
Outside, built up with them. And he even told me Brigham is closely made now.
such a good
loading
move.
the trucks and the interactions we get. So I'm asking you, please leave your electronics at the house.
I didn't even plow in
Come out
here.
with an open
Wow,
heart and
this
an open
sucks.
mind, and let Gray show you the way. Well, I like this. I like showing people the way. Now, people disagree with this, right? But I don't care. I'm not here to please people. I'm here to tell people the truth. And I'm here to help them get their encounters that they seek. I mean, I'm not here to prove nothing. I'm not here to put it in the science books and Bigfoot's real. I could give one about proving anything. It's all about my journey. And that I was going to mention
God.
my journey on my
Jesus Christ,
YouTube
no one's
channel.
got stuck here.
It's called Squatchman. The Adventures of Squatchman, Journey to the Truth on Squatchman TV. We haven't done much the last year or so because of the coronavirus and everything. I got a new producer. We're getting ready to start hot and heavy. So if you people that are interested in hearing more about
Oh,
me,
is it?
subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends about it. Because that's what it is. It's a journey to the truth. And I will take you people to the truth, one show at a time. And I'm also coming out with a new show called Squatchman Tales from the Campfire, where I'm going to have people come to my campground, Clark State Forest, where most of them have
You're
had
supposed to
encounters
park.
right there. A lot of them have had Class A
See if I
sightings
can.
from out there. So it's just not me. It's other people. Is it a lucky forest? Well, it's not a lucky forest. I keep telling people I can go to any forest and find evidence. You know, the forest people live everywhere. I mean, if you got a patch of woods, you're probably going to find them. It doesn't take much. People think there's not that many here. Well, I beg to differ. I think there's a lot more than people could even,
Hopefully I'm not stuck in
so I won't
here.
even go there. But I just want to let people know that it doesn't take a lot to do this. And to build up a
Made
relationship with
it.
them. I mean, first of all, you got to have a good heart.
Give me 1 sec. Oh yeah, there's more snow up here. Yeah. God damn hopefully Osiris leaves on time. You know what I mean? Well, I had a hard time parking in this parking spot. Okay, hopefully he takes his other car. Hopefully he drives his Civic and not his Subaru, because his Subaru is slippery. Why does my engine look like it's hot? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. Man, has to be a lot worse. Yeah. It's gonna be slippery walking in. I'm gonna have to tie my God damn it. I'm gonna put the rest of that Bigfoot.
And you go from there. I mean, I love all the forest animals, from the big to the small. Respect the law. I don't mess nature up. I don't pollute. You honest like I do. Go out to the forest by yourself. Find you a gift and stuff. Leave them gifts. You know, befriend them. They'll start building up a relationship with them. And it didn't start overnight for me. It took a long time for me to get where I'm at. You know how much fruit rotted, and how much donuts rotted and it never got picked up. But hey, eventually, sometimes now, 20 minutes later, it's gone. And when I mean gone, I mean with no trace of a raccoon. I'll leave the donut box with, sealed up, Krispy Kreme, and they'll open it up and running their fingernail across the top of the donut box, the little plastic part, and it'll take the donuts out. And if you notice that, I mean, how many humans or anything gonna, open up a box like that? And they do that, like individually wrapped snacks that I'll leave back there. Like say a Twinkie or a Hostess cover or whatever. They'll run their fingernail over the plastic, and that's how they get it out. They don't open it up, or demons open it up, man. When you rip the two parts apart at the end, they go right over the middle. So anyway, that's where I've come. And now I consider I've reached a plateau where I can ask them to do stuff and they actually do it. I don't know how many other people out there, or even if there is anybody out there can do it. But I know I can do it. And I know I got plenty of witnesses that see me do it. And they all go home very happy. And the motto to my force now that they gave is the force that never disappoints. And I like that. The force that never disappoints. So with that said, that's about all I got to tell the viewers who are listening tonight, Vic. I hope y'all enjoyed my stories. And the way things are going, I'll probably be back on sometime here in the near future or more. And I want to thank Vic for having me on his new show here. It's been a pleasure. And again, I'm very grateful for Vic allowing me to tell these stories. And again, I hope y'all enjoyed them, and have a good evening. Squatch Man out.
Well, that's it for tonight's show. If you've had a Bigfoot sighting and would like to be a guest, please go to mybigfootsighting.com and let us know. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.
Melodies grooving.
They need to clear out the fucking snow over here. It's hard. Hopefully I can get out of my parking spot.
drbiz.com and make your mark in the greater Rochester, New York region. This is Nikki Glazer from the Nikki Glazer Podcast. Have you guys seen this new commercial from Stand Up to All Hate? It's basically Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady going back and forth with reasons
like
that
they're
they hate each other.
plowing.
But then when you really listen to them, the reasons for the hate are just so stupid. I don't know. This commercial really got me. It's a strong reminder that hate in our country continues to be out of control. So join us at iHeart in standing up to it. If you see hate, speak up, call it out. Your voice is a powerful tool in this fight. You can learn more by following at What's Up With Hate. Baby, I got your money. Hi, I'm your money. I feel like I've just been sitting here looking fabulous, and you have walked right by. Rude. You know, Intuit can help you find me and have me. From getting you paid to getting your maximum tax refund, you know you're getting all of me. And Intuit does it for you, boo. For us. Because I'm worth it. Let Intuit TurboTax, Credit Karma, QuickBooks, and MailChimp work your magic so we can work ours. Intuit, your way to money.
Hey there. Thanks for tuning in. You ready for another episode of my Bigfoot sighting?
Are you ready?
All right then. Let's do this.
Seen a bunch of
Welcome to Brigham City, where the whole town works at auto lead. God damn it. There it is. Probably gonna have to time my
And I am a Bigfoot
welcome
researcher.
to auto lead.
I've been doing it for approximately since 1967. So why don't we get on with
Where
it?
all of
I will
Brigham
share
City works
My
here.
Bigfoot sightings to you.
Well, at least they used to.
I'm going to start with some recent research I've been doing. About a month ago, there's one particular area that I've been working for years. And last month, I ran into these guys that I know. One of them, his name is Steve. And he has a couple gold mines up there in the Sierras. And as I was having a conversation with him, I asked him if he had seen anything unusual in any way, shape, or form. He asked me what I meant. I explained it to him. It has to do with Sasquatch. So as I was talking to Steve, he did tell me he had an incident. He was walking around, he was going towards his gold mine. Right in front of him, this is in broad daylight, right in front of him he saw a flash. It kind of ran right across the front of him, from the front of him to his left. And he was totally amazed of what he saw, which was only for a few seconds. He didn't know what it was, he couldn't even tell me what it was, except for the fact that it was very tall, very large, and covered in hair, and very muscular. And it just evaded him. It just fled. Right after that conversation, I talked to a couple of his friends in the same area. There was 3 different sightings. One was off a ridge, and one of his other partners caught one that was running. It broke the timber line, and it ran across a mountain road to the other side of the timber line, and he evaded. The third incident, guy was walking up towards the ridge.
Is that Osiris?
As he walked up, got near the
Oh
ridge,
yeah, he came in
this big
black
hairy
car.
entity was standing at the top of the
Civic.
ridge.
Oh, I
Looked
scared
at
some
him
people away.
and went over down the canyon, disappeared, evaded. These were all recent sightings that occurred a month ago. Now, what's kind of important about these particular sightings, you see, because recently
Yeah,
I
and the
believe
Civic.
it had to be in 2020. So
I
in
was hoping he'd
2020,
come in his Civic and not
I
in his
discovered an area where I've been
his Subaru.
doing K
The
and 9
Subaru is very
field research for years.
light, and
This
he'll
one
probably
particular
slide to
area,
the side of the road.
after very extensive investigating and research,
Yeah, that was
all
a
the
Cyrus.
experience I have had in this one particular area. So what I'm trying to tell you is this.
So I'm glad you made it.
Some of you out there may have heard of this, and maybe some of you out there have not. Have you ever heard of the Nevada Triangle, which is in the state of Nevada?
I've never heard of the
And
Nevada.
where this place is at, in actuality, is on the other side of the Sierra Mountain from California, right on the border.
Probably at
Nevada,
the time I
on the Nevada
hands up.
Triangle. This
So I don't
area
get
is
wet.
especially known for UFOs. On the other side where I'm at, I am the founder, and I classified this one area as the Sierra Triangle. And I'm letting everybody know now because there's not many at all know that I found this place and had classified it. Unless you went to my channel on YouTube. So anyway,
What is your channel?
this area is one of the most mysterious places up and down the Sierra Mountains. And I have researched up and down the Sierra Mountains over 400 miles.
Listening to
And I have
Bigfoot's
done night and day
stories
research.
before
In
going
this one particular
into
area, there's so
work.
many mysteries I can't explain. Mysteries I can't explain. In this one area,
Man, it's gonna suck going home. I just got a weather warning.
and this place.
Winter weather
doesn't exist.
advisory
I
until
have been doing
Friday,
extensive research in this area for the
9
last year and a half.
o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. That's what it says.
Now, I have one Bigfoot sighting. This is my own personal experience. Around a month and a half ago,
Yay! So we're probably
I
gonna
was up in the same
get off
area
work
I classify as a
to a lot of snow.
I was
And I'll
doing,
probably be
state
stuck
field research,
in this parking spot
and there's
because I
several
was getting
groups
stuck
have
trying to
classified
back out.
the common, what I call pirates, in the Sierra Triangle area. One of the members that try to keep tabs on the group members, there's two different groups, what I call the north side and the south side. There's 8 to 9 members in each group. 2013 is the year when I first sighted this one member of the group, and he was a male. At the time, he was a large male, around 8.5 feet, about 600 to 800 pounds, covered in dark hair.
Hello,
Very
hello, how
massive,
are
very
you
muscular.
guys?
Now the same member of the group,
How is everybody on here? Because it's snowing where you're at. Because it's snowing here. Look at it. Can you see it?
so that day when I was
Doug
doing
can
the
see
field
it.
research in the daytime, I take a break. I was back with my vehicle, chilling to about
Not looking forward to walking in the snow. Right. Is it snowing where you're at, Freshly?
One of the group members broke the tree line after my jaw dropped. I was told it made a sign through the
It's gonna
doorway.
suck to get off work
It was the
and
same
drive
man
home.
I first spotted years ago. And this guy was huge. He grew small, just blew me away. The last time I saw him, he was 8.5 feet, 600 to 800 pounds. A month and a half ago when I spotted him. And I will say this, I looked straight at him and he looked straight at me. The
probably worse than here, huh?
Activity on continuous growth. In other words, growing.
Man, I hate this hat. I hate this ad. It is so dumb. Oh,
Great taste is celebrated. I'll take over 40 million people choose Kroger.
so how's everybody doing? I heard North Vegas got hit. Well, does anybody know anybody in North Vegas?
Great taste you can't resist.
Seems like it's like winter wonderland everywhere as well. Very suspicious.
So what are you saying? Share your dream
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
you should ask them.
1,000. Start saving. Think of Utah.
I have a cousin that lives in Cali.
I don't know now what the rules are. But so far, my own daughter mentioned the big one. This guy's the biggest I've seen so far. The only problem is that he kind of looks like a very damn good business. He's that big, you know, like that.
Just poking myself. Oh god. How are you, freshly? I know, this is one of the spiders. That's good, freshly. I'm glad you feel more chill. So what's the vibe in Utah? Snow. Vibe is. Let me try to make it. Nice. I'm glad you're more chill. Glad you're working on that. February 23rd. Well, at what time? Alright. What time is that your time? Or what time is it now? That's funny. Alright, have a good night. Sleep tight. Anybody else in here? In here, Mom? No. Parasite? No. I see one person on here. Two people. Wait, I'm gonna be getting off soon. Time to go into work.
It just gets so quiet. You can hear the pin drop at 1 o'clock.
I'll see you.
Come on.
I'll be back on at sunrise. Oh, you're still here? Oh, nice. Well, I'm gonna be leaving. Get ready to go into work. But I will be back at sunrise when I get off
You
work.
out there, have you ever been in a situation where you're somewhere? and you feel
Continue
like
this
you're
Bigfoot
somewhere?
story.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you feel like
This is where I'm gonna, let's see. It's 9:23. Okay, 9:30. I'm turning this on. 9:30. And I do not want to walk. Don't want to walk in that snow. does it have to be like right on the road? Man, I'm gonna have wet shoes going into work. No. I guess I should tie my pants. Who wants wet, salty pants from the bottom? I'll tie them when I get inside. Let's see. I'll put my phone out and see what I see. I was trying to show you outside without dropping my phone on the snow. Look at that. See all that? Oh, that's great. All that snow. See that? After walking that, like seriously. It's not snowing much. It's trying to. That's such a bright light. I hate those lights. looks like it's stopped. Just gonna have this stuff ready. And it's time for me to go, so hasta mañana. Hasta mañana, mi gente. Bye bye.